Good morning, good morning. Okay, a day in the life of a coach. What the heck do I do? Is it super complicated? Can you do it too? Yesterday, shared about how my job is my journey. Okay, so first things first, my morning routine. And some of you are gonna balk and you're like, I don't have time, my kids get up before me. You guys, I had a really early riser for a long time. And even if you just get up 5 minutes earlier so that you set the tone of your day versus you being reactive to getting up with them, it was such a game changer in my own motherhood journey. Now my kids sleep in and I have a little bit more time, but let's be honest, it's really easy to scroll. So last night, because I'm a work in progress, I was like, I need to revisit my morning routine. So I did that. I went through my bookshelf and I pulled off a few things that have resonated in the past. And I decided just to set them out for myself this morning so that I could not waste any time goofing around, just get right down to business. I got up, I made my tea, or you can have coffee, whatever, it's fine. I weighed myself. It's okay. It's all part of the journey, right? I use my nutrition log here, and that's part of this program is you weigh every day just to see where you're at. Some people that super freaks you out. It's just data. That's something we work on in the tribe. It's just data. It doesn't define whether or not you're winning or you're losing. So I did that, okay? Then I have a stack of books and I'm gonna walk you through them. So I use 2 apps and this has been a non-negotiable for me for probably the last 6 months. I am on a streak right now. I'm on day 49 of doing it every single day. I meditate using Insight Timer. Sometimes it's awesome and sometimes it's really struggly, but I make the commitment that I'm gonna touch it every single day. My job is my journey, okay? So today it was actually a great meditation and I wasn't super fidgety. Insight Timer, it's free, sign up for it, okay? Second app I use is ThinkUp, and I actually unlocked the paid version so that I could make different playlists depending on what I need. So if I'm struggling in my marriage, or I'm feeling overwhelmed, or I'm feeling really lonely, or I wanna listen to my dream life, or who I'm gonna help today, like I have all these different playlists. It just take a couple minutes and I just listen to them on loop. Easy freaking peasy. There is a free version, so you don't have to pay any money if you don't want to. Okay, next up, so my morning snack. I read every morning, maybe a couple minutes, maybe a little bit longer, but this is what I'm added right now. I also have a book of proof, which I'll tell you about more. She's spending a lot of time. I'm really not. Some days it's 10 minutes, some days it's half an hour, some days it's 40 minutes. It just kind of depends on what I need and how much time I have. And there's some days where I don't have time to do any of this and I come back to it later in my day because my job is my journey. Final thing, this is something I did years ago and I got away from, so I brought it back because we get to do that, right? It is a blank journal and this is my book of proof. So our brains collect proof of all the ways we suck and we're not winning and all the things that are hard. Our brain just naturally does that. Thanks, brain. But I want to focus on the ways I'm winning because those wins help you get momentum. And so often the women I coach are like, I just need to get motivated. You don't need to get motivated. You need to make a decision and then you need to take the action and cultivate that momentum because the momentum, the more you get into it, the more you kind of get on a roll, it changes everything. And before you know it, you do find those little bouts of motivation. So today, I just wrote down all the ways I won yesterday and it could just be 3 things for you. Like I made my bed. I drank my water. I didn't yell at my kids. I actually had a lot of wins yesterday that I wouldn't catalog unless I took the time to figure it out. So if you're not doing something like this, your book of wins, your book of proof, whatever you want to call it, I recommend it. Okay, so my morning routine is done. I made my bed. I put on my workout clothes. I made my unicorn juice. This is my all-natural plant-based pre-workout. It's not cocaine. I'm not gonna go cut the entire neighborhood's grass with scissors. I've tried other stuff in the past, always gave me heart palpitations. This does not. So today, this is strawberry lemonade. I'm gonna drink this for a little bit. I'm gonna do a few more things, probably around the house, like throw some laundry in, do some dishes, make my shake for later. And then I'm gonna get on Zoom for your accountability. Okay, friends, so part 2 of my job is my journey, right? It's that mindset work. Mindset work is so freaking important, and I want you to think of it like hygiene. It's not something you don't just brush your teeth once a week. You take more than one shower. It's something we do every single day because our brains can get in our own way. So I listen to it in chunks of time. Like today is a perfect example. I'm on my mail route and I am listening to something that inspires me and fulfills me. Maybe it's an audiobook, maybe it is a podcast. I used to be a junkie and I would listen to personal development all the time. And I had this sense of like FOMO in my life that if I wasn't constantly listening to something that could enrich me, I was wasting time. I was missing out on opportunities. And the way I am choosing to coach now is more from a place of centered, I'm on the right path and I'm going to take the daily action. I'm going to be intentional around the pockets of time I do have to do the mindset work, but I'm also going to have freaking fun. So I'm listening to a podcast today, but I'm also listening to Pandora. I'm enjoying being out in nature and just being here. Okay. So it's not like you're constantly working, constantly evolving. There's no sense of urgency around that. It's just your job is your journey. We're a product of the product, which is why I worked out. I set my intention this morning, which is why I got up and did my morning routine. And it's something that you're just constantly evolving. This is a growth journey. You don't become a coach because you have it all figured out. You become a coach because you love this and you live this. And when I say this, I mean the whole process. The workouts, the shakes, the community, the tribe, the wanting to pay it forward. And some of you are just here for a discount, and that's totally cool because you know what? Your job is your journey. This is your journey. This is your experience. What I do doesn't need to be what you do, but I want to shine the light so you know, what is she doing all day long? So now I'm going to turn you off and I'm going to deliver the mail and listen to more fun stuff and listen to some Elton John, and I'll report back.